Finals of Spirit Realm European Sword in weapon trials. Let's get it, Mounir versus Ahmet.
Mounir, a lot of momentum on their side. This is when they play best. Even if there's small hiccups in their momentum, once they get it back, that's it. As Ahmet, currently actually respecting Mounir very nicely. Both players playing the start of this set. Not too gung-ho, you know, they're dancing around each other, they're trying to make things work. Ahmet hits just the last few pixels of that end light. They're not trying to dash in too courageously. Ahmet, now with gauntlets, could be sending Mounir off stage. Now we could be starting to see the game speed up a little bit. We're starting to see a lot more dash jumps. We're starting to see a few more bread and butters. We're starting to see Mounir start to really bring out this game a little bit more. We're starting to see a lot of things here. That N-Sig might have been the wrong direction. Still just barely has enough options. Make it back to stage. Cannot make the ledge guard work, as this dead even game really could go in anyone's favor, but it might be slightly leaning towards the Val.
Ahmet, like, it started off really close.
Ooh, good catch.
I was slowly starting to get more value per
snare.
interaction.
That there was a great catch. That one too.
Like, his dominance at his Rain continues. See what he did there, cause he beat Rain. Aha, I'm funny like that. Mounir now that Greatsword in hand, that the previous opponent that Rain had so much trouble with. The Greatsword arguably is the thing that got him this far, that got him into this grand finals. But it's not enough, as Ahmet has a 3-1 stock lead and only is in orange on one of the greater maps in the game, while also being on the Val with a high defensive stat.
Ahmet, definitely in the better position of this game, but still, yeah, Mounir is really struggling to find this space, and we are seeing a hiccup. And I feel like whether or not you can even see, even while they're chooses to dash jump away, it ultimately leads to it. Mounir is still, you know, not completely out of breath, but I think might need a second to, you know, kind of regain their footing a bit, as Ahmet could be giving him a tour of the fortress with these gauntlets in hand, going off stage, trying to bait out any options, baits out there, but can't punish anything off of it. Now in KO color, the N-Light sends off stage, wastes a dodge. Mounir not quite able to find anything to hit. Ahmet, very solid game, able to shut out Mounir's momentum, taking the first set in grands. Guys looking pretty good right now.
That is just straight dominance, man. I don't like, just look at the score. Double damage dealt, 527 to 240. It's more than double actually. I cannot calculate. It's the Sunday, my brain is turned off. But you're going back to that Maggie, to that Jala we saw earlier. I don't know how I feel about this, because that X was looking good the first game that we saw him in top 4. But now that he hasn't played it that long, I'm wondering, is it going to be easy for him to get back into the swing with that weapon?
Also to keep in mind that last game, that wasn't like a huge 0 to KO. That wasn't, oh, Mounir 2 stocks. That was just Ahmet outplaying them. That was the game just went 70-30. Every small little interaction, Ahmet was better at getting chip damage and extensions. And also, Ahmet has a good clutch factor. So even if it was closer, even if Mounir was able to bring it close to even, it still wouldn't have, it still would not have been, you know, through white knuckling the desk, through gritted teeth to close out the game. Ahmet still knows his way around a clutch.
And Mounir starting off a bit stronger, now being the one with the slightly, but double there coming through, goes for the triple, but Mounir knows how to use their dodges.
Right.
Doesn't use them at all in order to not get caught by a big string. But Ahmet switching it up, triple nair into sidesing on that Val, catching Mounir off guard, and he's still continuing it. No socks, no sandals, no Crocs. Now it's just the flip-flops.
Chasing around with gauntlets, waiting for the N-Light to finally swing. Ahmet playing this game a little bit more careful, respecting Jala, but still, is that going to cost him? Are they giving Mounir a bit too much space? Because right now, as the game is slowing down, Mounir is still able to catch some of these options, still able to punish these landings, still able to weapon starve Ahmet. And even though Ahmet's still able to get some of these punishes, and Mounir doesn't really quite have the best momentum, considering what the last game looked like, considering the fact that Mounir is really... I gotta say, Ahmet believers in chat, I don't know, I might be a little bit worried.
I mean, Mounir has the advantage that Axe isn't really a momentum weapon because you can just kind of get sidelighted in there. You can kind of just nair juggle. You can kind of just get your hits in, and you can get reads to optimize a beautiful unarmed lecture coming out from Ahmet.
Oh,
yeah, like I was saying, Mounir going from the great sword to the axe. You're going from a very heavy on the momentum weapon that needs dodges to a weapon that can kind of get away with just single hits and a sidelight nair occasionally, but that's not gonna stop Ahmet from just doing so much damage on that signature gauntlets of his.
Out of a dodge, Mounir has been overcommitting a few times in this game and can't be careful to recreate that sin. Can only go for what is most safe, or else recovery takes him to the top as Ahmet is currently one game away from taking this thing home, proving just how solid of a player is. Keep in mind, that game still wasn't like a huge offstage clip. That was just Ahmet slowly outpacing and outplaying you. That was just Ahmet winning more interactions. That was just Ahmet displaying an indestructibly solid display of skill and understanding and not letting the game get too far away from their grasp. Ahmet stands their ground.
Seed 6 being 2-0 up, coming out from winner's side over Seed 1 is kind of diabolical. And now Mounir, this either has to be the swap that they need or it's over for them. This time the Ashoka, this time the Azuri coming out. No Katars that we have seen from him earlier in this tournament, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay, alright.
Ahmet, no fear! He sees value, he goes for it. What is risk reward? All Ahmet thinks about is the potential reward. Let's go gambling, he said. And he gambled it all.
Recovery just barely catches. Mounir gonna thank the Lucky Stars for that one, but Ahmet does not have to thank any Lucky Stars, just have to thank...
Beautiful dodge to avoid the ground pound! That was perfect coming out from Ahmet. Sighting this guy goes punished. For Ahmet being so tanky, doesn't even go into the bubble. Weapon throw to land, Mounir no dodge, recovery, doesn't take Mounir off the top. This stage is so huge!
D-Light Stare. That's what Ahmet's best at. The Nair catches. Stock lead.
Ahmet slowly starting to build up Mounir, having those Katars in hand. Difficult to KO with unless you get a proper dodge punish. Is playing Katars into gauntlets though, which is often said to be a really good matchup for Katars, and now Mounir gets that KO with the recovery that they needed. Double stacking the Katars this time, trying to build up even more damage. And here you're just seeing why Azuri is such a really good legend, because you have that sword for consistent KO taking and Katars being one of the better damage output weapons, complementing the weapons on that legend really well. Ahmet slowly struggling, trying to adapt. And Mounir just coming through with the D-Light, doesn't get a follow-up after it gets punished by Ahmet. Avoids the N-Light, side-light into their read. Mounir being put in red, but you need a little bit more than red. You need him to be in very deep red, almost crimson on the stage with its size. Now coming through, Mounir struggling to get back to the ground. Ahmet double stacking sword. Unarmed. Coming through. Mounir still being weapon starved, and he is not allowed to dress up and get some clothes on him.
Gotta say, this is a beautiful spot for Ahmet to be in, considering the fact that, yes, the game is pretty even. Mounir just KO option, has sword, prime, no, his guitars, but hey, just needs one more good KO option to bring stock, yes, but still, when the game is even, Ahmet is still, I mean, yeah, there goes the stock, but when the game is this even, look at the score right now, when the game is even, Ahmet is still just has such an amazing clutch factor, that if it goes down a sudden death, if they're both barbecue sauce red, they're both dashing on the stage, Ahmet just has that good of a clutch factor. And Mounir really needs to build up a huge lead now, or else this entire tournament, everything he's worked for in this day alone, could be going up in smoke, could be for Vayne. Currently, combo is going to be a good way to start it. Can't get the second dodge, has Qatar's double down, but Ahmet starting to get the first few hits of their own. Here, his damage lead starting to be evened it out. Ahmet's at a beautiful spot right.
Mounir still has the lead. They're coming through. Mounir going for the there. Ahmet going to the other side of the stage. Has enough options to make it back. Dodge needed to touch the wall. Recovery coming through as Mounir tries to overextend for that edge guard. Ahmet resetting. Ahmet knows that Mounir is winning through momentum. And he knows his own win condition is to stop Mounir from keeping that momentum going. He gotta put a roadblock on the train tracks that Mounir is riding on right now.
Uh-oh.
And he's trying to cook on an arm, not going for a weapon. They're coming through. This is the sudden death situation that you were talking about. That Ahmet had the potential, had your blessing, that he had the ability to clutch it up. Mounir tries to take him off the top of the stage with a recovery, does not take him off the top. The second one will, and Mounir is still in the grand finals.
God. Mounir, maybe we're counting them out too early. I was praising Ahmet's clutch factor. I saw that it was a sudden death game 5, or no, that's game 5. I saw that it was a sudden death last stock, and I'm like, okay, Ahmet's done this before. But Mounir proving their longevity, proving how they're able to be such a stable player in the top 8, I guess, world of European brawlhalla, proving how they're able to stay afloat. Although we're going to need a little bit more than float. Mounir now has a little bit more momentum. It's better to be 2-1 than 2-0. So a little bit more momentum, and you give Mounir that space. They could do something really sneaky with it. But right now, Ahmet, I mean, most of this set has just been Ahmet getting the 40-60 of these, or I guess the 60-40 of these interactions.
This was the demise for Rain in that previous set, because I'm pretty sure that also was just the full 2-0, and then when you're swapping to that Greatsword, getting that 3 games in a row that he needed to. Oh, wait. Not on the Qatars? Not on the. He going back. What? I need to clock this in my head real quick. What the hell? What, the mirror match swapping on win?
Yeah, maybe it was too close. Maybe Mounir feels like they could do better.
I mean, they have that gauntlets, they have that Daska experience, they have that Petra on deck. Don't have to think about Mounir actually quite as a diverse character pool.
Also, I really love the fact that we have. Oh my god! I mean, other than the fact that
always
also ground me pretty nice too. I love the fact that we have a character that is red and black versus a character that is stage that is red and black. There are only 2 colors in brawlhalla.
When you're getting your vehicle to Ahmet.
There are literally only 2 colors in brawlhalla. Oh my god! Hold on, gauntlets are doing great for Mounir.
Ahmet fighting back with an unarmed, catches the gauntlets, goes for the gauntlet. Mirror match doesn't get the dodge out of that side light. As he's trying to reset, looks for another opening. D-light into side light, gets it there to catch that dodge, but not in a good position to follow it up with anything else. But Ahmet, he's just resetting, getting like 1 or 2 hits. Misses the read, and then goes for it again. And even though he didn't get 1 extensive string, the fact that he just got string starters over and over and over again has dealt so much damage to Mounir in the past 30 seconds.
Game even. Mounir not able to clutch the second stock. Ahmet, choice of weapons. I think that means has gauntlets doubled down. Mounir taking that last KO very personally, trying to make some magic work on the off stage against Ahmet. Mounir and light to send him aside. Another end light. Ahmet now stage, but I gotta say Sword might have a bit of an upper hand, and gauntlets might have a bit of an upper hand against Sword off stage. Ahmet finds their way back. Feet find the floor. GC side light does not connect. Ahmet. Hard to say if they want sword or not. Room, they're holding stock for dear life. But still, Mounir is respecting the space, actually giving Ahmet a lot of this space and really trying to slow down the game, not trying to. It's some pretty smart gameplay from Mounir, even though it's getting really hard to watch. This game could be going down to another sudden death. Picks the sword back up, no chase dodge. Send Ahmet to the blast zone. Stalks even, only a slight damage lead for Ahmet. And oh, this is getting really tough to watch, Moto. This is getting really close.
Ahmet was being too patient, was trying to find an opening in order to deal damage to Mounir. And Mounir just took advantage of Ahmet holding down neutral, not approaching. It was like, okay, if you're not gonna deal damage, someone has to! But now Ahmet is fighting back there to deal even more damage to Mounir. The next heal into recovery is probably in position to KO. And there it is!
We have a winner!
Ahmet is your European Spirit Realm Weapon Trials Resort 1v1 champion, Seed 6! Taking it from winner's side in Grand Finals is unheard of. Over Rain, over S-Grape, over Mounir, this man kicked ass and took names today!